Alright, I'm just going to get to it. Whoever joins, joins. And I'm going to try and get as much as I can done on this kit in one setting as possible. Okay. We're doing Captain Jack's Bait and Boathouse as quick as we can tonight. So I'm not going to stop and read a lot of comments. I will occasionally, but I'm going to try and just get through this thing as quickly as possible, or do as much as I can in one night. Hopefully everyone had a good weekend. Hey Frank, hey Scott. Just getting some stuff ready here. Trash. Hey Steven. I'll be in and out of the comments. I'm going to try and just work as fast as I can on this tonight. See how much I can get done. There's a roof. Nice. Invite anyone. That's all cool. What does this say? Interior bracing. Well, that's cool. The lumber is pre-labeled. Interior bracing. Interior bracing. This looks like some roof. Yep. Roofing strips. We'll paint those meanwhile. Just organizing everything real quick. Some shingles. Paint those ahead of time. Weave through this real quick. I don't need that page. Jason's here. Dave's here. Okay, I don't need any of that. I just need this. Didn't it come with a bracing diagram? I guess we're winging it. Yeah, okay, well, that's alright. We'll figure it out. Alright guys, I'm building this kit as fast as I can tonight. Not going to speed through it and make it messy, but we're going to just, yes, happy Father's Day, everybody. Not going to do it messy, but we're going to do it as quick as we can. So my color scheme for this one, I don't know what I'm going to do. What do we got for detail parts? We got some boats. 2 rowboats. The roof, pointy roof thing. Some stairs. Some titchy windows, of course. An anchor. A bunch of barrels. Alright. Let's hit these with some spray paint real quick. Where's my painter's tape? A steen ding. What's a steen ding? Is that the thing on top of the roof? Oh, starking. We don't need any Stern King bracing. Okay. I'll flip those around. This needs trimmed up. And then my windows, just gonna paint my windows white today. We're going with white windows. Stinking. I was like, what is this steending? I might forego the rowboats today. And just to get the structure done. I have a bunch of these rowboats. I think this is like I think we have like 8 or 9 of these rowboats. They'll come in handy on our waterfront. Alright. Just gonna put my... That is a new blade. It is a Bar Mills kit. This is my nice spray paint box. It is an old copy paper box lid. Oh, there's some pieces of a bench. Okay. Let me hit these with some spray paint real quick. Actually, I'm going to do these ones white, so I'm going to pull them out. I'm going to paint these ones black first, and I'm going to come back. We're doing it right here, so you can hear me with my rattle can. Okay. Hey, Jeff's here. Alright, don't worry, I got the door open so it'll ventilate and all that jazz. That is a new blade, Dave. Kind of. It's kind of a new blade. Alright, let's get started on these walls. I'm trying to think of what color I should do my building here. We'll come up with something cool. We'll come up with something neat. Put that in my trash bin. I think all the walls are going to be the same color though. Hopefully everyone had an awesome weekend, and to all the dads out there, a good Father's Day. I had a busy Father's Day. I went on a nice long trail run, and then came home and was surprised with some homemade cards. Latte for the walls. Is that, you mean like a dark brown, Dave? I think I have a latte colored paint. I think that's what you mean, like a dark brown and then a cream trim. That'd be cool. We can make that happen. Is that like a dark brown latte? We're gonna try and do a rapid session today. Light creamy brown. I can do that. Or we can oh, I wonder if that would look good. What if we did this? I'll do a test. What if we do it with this sepia? It's not that light. Let me do a test. We'll see what it looks like. We'll stain the walls, and then we'll do a cream trim. That'd be cool. And I'll do the windows in the same cream color. Light brown seems to be a popular idea. Latte. I only drink one type of coffee. It's just black coffee. So I don't know these other fancy coffee terms. Alright. Let's try a couple different browns here. I'll pick a... You mean like one of these? dark taupe. Come on, focus. Territorial beige or territorial beige. Is that the same one? They look like different paints. Oh, they're the same. I have too many. I'm getting them all mixed up. We can make a light brown too. Or we can try this chestnut color. That might be cool. Let's do this one. Yeah, we're going to do that. Alright, we'll do that with, I know I have a cream colored. I have one called Vanilla Ice Cream. Let me find it. Where is it at? Yeah. Vanilla cream. We'll do chestnut and vanilla cream. Or vanilla ice cream. That's more of a white color. We'll go with this one. This one's a little bit too yellow. Alright. That'll be our colors. Yeah, the Bollingers have some awesome stuff. Alright. Now, let's get cracking on this. I cannot find... Oh, I see how he did it. Alright, maybe we'll look at this here. Hey, Jim. Oh, I see what they did. Okay. Alright. We got that one. Hopefully you guys can't hear my music in the background. Alright. Sandpaper. Where to put my sandpaper? Somewhere in here. Oh, this will work. Sanding block will work. Hey, my dad's in. Might as well just do all these while I have them out. Okay. Alright. We're going to take care of that problem. All right. Sorry if I don't talk very much in the beginning here. I'm just trying to think and work at the same time. And take a sip of my coffee. All right. These are all sanded. We're going to set these aside. Actually, you know what? We're not going to set this aside. Remove from their sheets like sand edges. Look closely, you'll see two pair of letters. Yeah. These are different. A and A. They etched A's in the sides of the walls, so I'm not sure how we're going to hide them. Unless there's going to be a structure there. That makes sense. Alright, A. Once the walls are properly paired, reach for some interior bracing. There's some. And lay them horizontally. Oh, okay. That makes sense. They don't have a bracing diagram, so I actually have to read some instructions. Would you imagine that? Brett's reading instructions. Hey, Brian. I'm not even going to try and take all this tape off. It's like cemented on here. It'll be on the inside anyways, so I'm just going to say to hell with it. Alright. Get my glue holder. Big stack of Post-it notes. Slam some wood glue down. Flip these over. Find my cutter. And my toothpick. It's scary when I read instructions because I can't read very well. Can't read very good. Alright. Throw our bracing on. It doesn't really tell you, like, that's why I wish it was a bracing diagram, because it doesn't really tell you the length. But this stuff, so this board and batten will curl this way, horizontally, versus how the clapboard siding will curve this way. So that's a pain. I'm going to save that for another, probably need that for another wall. Okay. Well, that works perfectly for that one. It's not a Scott Perry cutter. It is not. Scott Perry was sharing some high-class cutters on our Facebook page. This is the caveman version, low-budget version. I'm going to cut that down just a hair. Just trying to prevent all warping on this. It's weird how you're supposed to join the walls like that. But I'm terrified of these things breaking. I have extra bracing here if I need it. So it won't be a big deal if I run out. Okay. Alright, let's get the gluing that on. So that way this dries while we're working on the other stuff. I'm going to have like multiple things going on at the same time. So that way I can try and get, like I said earlier, so I can try and get as much done as possible tonight. Make sure these are lined up well. Ew, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like how these just join like this. Yeah, I have no idea why these walls wouldn't be just one piece. I have no clue. It's the first time I've ever had to butt walls like this together on a small kit like this. So, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. It's not my favorite because while it's wet, you got to keep everything squared perfectly. I don't really like it. But it's what we got to work with. Yeah, probably keep the waste material down. I don't know. Yeah, they probably worked it out the way their laser cutter is, that they could squeeze that extra wall out and pump out extra 2 more kits for every 5 they cut if they just use that scrap piece for a wall. I don't know. Don't like it though, like I said. Alright, we're gonna get our good old weights down off the shelf there. Carefully slide this one out of the way. Make sure it's staying in line. Put our weights on it. Where'd I put my other puck? Here it is. A little bit of a PSA in the middle of the show there. Okay. That's a lot of glue. We'll thin it down. Sculpey! My Sculpey puck! If you're just watching our lives for the first time, we haven't done one in a while. The hockey pucks were a gift from a listener of our podcast, Dan Pugach, and Sculpey is our mascot. Okay. Alright, keeping these ones also in line, I'm just going to do that. Same thing. Just put a bunch of weight on here and let those sit. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hockey pucks. I'm going to turn my music down because I don't want you guys to be able to hear it. Because if you can hear it, then Facebook will hear it, and then I will not be able to keep my live video up. They'll take it down. Alright, so I got those walls joined together. While that's drying, while the side wall components are drying, locate B and B walls. 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, and 11. Oh my goodness. 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, and 11. What the heck are they? What the heck? 1, 2, there's, where? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my goodness. 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, and 11. Three. Okay, there we go. 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's 10? 10, 11. All right, we located those walls. These walls will be slope peak roof areas. Remove them from their sheets, light the sand. Already did all that. Walls should lie on their backs when they're corner. All right, we got to do our corner posts. So I can't do that yet. I got to find my corner trim. We're going to paint that first. I guess this is all my corner trim. Yep, it is. So we're going to paint my corner trim real quick. and then let those dry, and then get to back to my other walls while those dry. Get my paper that I can paint on. Get a palette. I gotta find a palette. Man, that one's gross. Let's find a different palette. That one is disgusting. I have some big palettes down here somewhere. I didn't realize that palette was so gross. Where'd I put my palettes? My palettes, yo. I had a big old palette laying around somewhere. Now I can't find it. And I'll just use the one I used last night. I'll pick some paint out of it real quick. Oh, that's not going to work. Alright, let me get a paper towel. Nah, this is going to take too long. I don't have the patience for that tonight. We'll let that dry so I can pick them out of there. Let me just get a different palette. You guys can see my gross palette. This is how I clean my palettes. Very sophisticated method. Took me years to learn how to do this. Hey, Scott. Some paint is just stuck in there forever. We'll just skip that. Well, in that palette. This is seriously the most entertainment. This is my favorite part of painting, is picking these palettes out. It's like oddly satisfying for me. I'm done with all the buildings on the terminal, Jason, but I'm doing all of the detail parts now. I'll throw some pictures of it up a little later, maybe this week. I have all the streets done, all the buildings are done. I have to put some weathering on the streets. They're just like bare concrete right now. So I got to work on that, just making the streets look good. It's a work in progress. I don't know if you get like that on stuff. Sometimes I don't know, I was working on it for so long and I had a billion other things going on. And I came back and forth to it, but I got some other things I've been working on in the meantime, in between the terminal. So I'm biting off the terminal in chunks, we'll say. All right, let's paint this corner trim real quick. I'm not doing any chip paint on it. I'm just going to cover it with the cream. The vanilla ice cream paint. In fact, let's do it this way. Make it a little quicker for us here. Tonight is about seeing how much I can get done and how quick I can get it done, but not sloppy. So quick and efficient, but still do good work though. I don't want to rush anything. So, which means I'll end up rushing something. I'm gonna do these ends that I'm touching here. I'm gonna do these ends that I'm touching here when that other side's dry, and I can grab the other side then, the handle end. Yeah, it's just sometimes you're working on something for so long. Who is calling me on a Sunday night? Well, they can just leave a voicemail if they need me. Alright. More important things going on. We're live, dang it. Alright. There we go. This is hands down the easiest way to paint corner trim. With a sponge. I just paint everything with a sponge now if I can. if I have the opportunity to. I just think it's quicker, it's easier, better, more even painting. Plus, I'm drinking full test coffee at 8:30 at night, so it's bound to leave me up now late. All right, get the good old hair dryer going. Get these pieces dried quick. Roll them over. Get the other sides. Whoa! We're playing pickup sticks with our trim now. Hey, Hardy. They're going everywhere. All right. Wasn't thought through very well, but hey, we got them dry. All right, let's flip them over. Do the other sides real quick. You guys can come and go too if you feel the need through the evening. I'm just going to leave this thing up as I work the whole night. The live video will be on. I think there's a 4-hour limit on Facebook Live. I don't think I'm going to use all that and go to 12 o'clock. Hopefully I don't stay up that late working, because I got to go to work in the morning. But we'll see. It'll be a long live video, I know that. I'm just going to leave it up as I work all night. Okay. Hair dryers, Scott, are a key. I know Jason uses them a lot. A lot of the guys we talk with use hair dryers a lot. Alright, our corner trim is done. I'm just going to dry it real quick. Hair dryer is a good thing. Come on now, bastard. Alright. Hair dryers are good as long as you don't turn it on and it goes to turbo mode right away and blows everything all over the place. Alright, that's dry enough. Wash my sponge out. I think it's time for a new cutting mat. I was thinking about that this weekend, like sitting here looking at the other side is horrendous looking. And it was a hand-me-down from my dad too, so it's been through some use. But I was looking at some cutting mats. They're not cheap. Cutting mats are not cheap, but you want to get a good one. You don't want to get a crappy cutting mat. Alright, let's do this corner trim. We shouldn't do the corner trim yet, because we didn't paint this wall. So we'll set the corner trim aside. Set that aside for now. Put that in the box. Wow, I never thought about the dimmer switch for a hairdryer. That is some modeling engineering that I never thought of. Alright, there's no instructions here for the interior bracing on these walls. So we're just gonna wing it. I got plenty of corner brace. I got plenty of you soak what in hot soapy water? Uh-oh. Oh, your cutting mat. That's a good idea. We were talking about hair dryers, Jason, and I was hoping you didn't soak your hair dryer in warm soapy water, because that's the last thing I was talking about. Then I saw your comment. I was like, dang, I hope Jason's not soaking his hair dryer in warm soapy water. All right. Let's just do our corner bracing. I mean, our interior bracing on this. It's a tough structure to get your interior bracing. Or tough wall here. I think I can get 2 on that. I'm going to have to I'm gonna have to dig into my backup bracing. I feel I just have a hard time too with the clapboard siding curling more than the I have a hard time with this curling more than the board and battens. I mean the clapboard siding curling less than this. All right. Got that one. Can't do much more with that wall. Let's put this one up higher. Cut these down. Man, I don't know how it was where you guys live, but it was friggin' hot today. Blistering hot. It was ridiculous. Save that piece. Ridiculously hot. Uncomfortably hot today. Alright, I'm done complaining about the heat. Rather it be hot than cold. Just got a hair off that one. I don't need to do too much bracing on this. I don't think I'm going to have to, because this is going to be painted with a sponge, and I'm not going to let the paint soak very much, so I don't think I'm going to have much of a problem with curling. But we'll throw some bracing on just to be safe. I know this isn't a very exciting part of the build, but it is a very necessary part of the build. If you've ever had walls warp like really bad on you, you know how frustrating it can be. It can be a pain in the butt. That's hot, Lynn. 100-degree weather is way too hot. It's supposed to be in the mid-90s here this week, but the humidity here, oh my god, today was just like swamp-ass city. It was bad. I am building the Captain Jack's boat and bait house, but we're not going to make it into a... We're not making it that. From Bar Mills. It is a Bar Mills kit. I got 2 more walls to brace. That piece is perfect. I'm going to cut 1 more that size. I think I have enough interior bracing. Holy cow. Yeah, I got this kit for Christmas, actually, I think 2 years ago. From my dad. So it's time to build it. It's been sitting here long enough, so we're going to pull a power session tonight. And build her. Alright, that is good. I'm going to save this other interior bracing. It's good enough for now. And while those dry, we're going to get these started. Yeah, I'm not going to put stain on these. On the underside. I'm just going to sponge paint them pretty thoroughly. I don't want that peeled paint look on this building. I don't want... I know I do it on a lot of buildings. This one's not going to have that look. I'm not doing clapboard. I'm doing board and batten, Ron. So, I do brace vertically on clapboard siding because that bends vertically. This board and batten bends horizontally. But if you're just tuning in late, you missed the first part. No big deal. Yeah, if you're working with clapboard siding, you need to brace vertically, for sure. I don't have 1, 2, 3 blocks. I've never used them. I know a lot of guys watching tonight use them too. Just never had my hands on them. Man, I'm excited. This is gonna be a cool color scheme. I hope. What if I did a white band around the bottom? Or a colored band around the bottom? Like a two-color building, a two-tone building. What color could I use? Would that look okay with that? With that chestnut color? That might look pretty cool. Let's give that a shot. What if we did like a dark, like a burgundy? So the top's going to be that chestnut color, and then the bottom will be burgundy. That might be neat. Before I get too far into this, I'm going to spray paint my windows so that way they're dry when I get to that stage next. What could I make this building, guys? Let's think. I have an idea. I got an awesome idea. Actually, like, I'm going to throw it out to you guys first. I'm going to call it Pops something. Is my dad still watching? I don't think he's in. I could call it, because it's Father's Day. Right? So let's call it Pops something. It will be near the ocean. Group build. Yes, Jason, we do have an update on the group build. We were talking about it this week in the podcast. The group build kit will be announced this coming week. And we will announce the kit that we're going to be doing this week on the podcast. All right, those are good. All right, yeah, let's get a scrap piece of wood real quick. I want to try something. I got scrap. Where'd I put it? I think this is my box of scrap. Looking over at my shelf. Trying to find some scrap wood. Here we go. This is my scrap box. One of many scrap boxes, I think. It's a good piece. We'll do it on this. Cut a piece off. All right. Let's see what this looks like. Let's do a test painting real quick. 2 different kits. Yes. Pops Marine Works. It's a good idea. I'll field some ideas. We're not going to do that till we get a little further along tonight. Well, the rest of the building. I don't know if I'll be able to make custom signs tonight, so that might be another night. That's a pretty orange chestnut color. We might tone that down real quick. Alright, let's do oh, that would be cool. Let's see what this looks like. Pops or house. That'll be cool. That's a good idea. My trash bin. All right, let me just try something. I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of bittersweet chocolate. It's a little too, that chestnut color is a little bit too orange for my liking. So I'm gonna mix it with a chocolate color. Just to dull that orange color down. That's better. Yeah, I like that. All right. So I did like, we'll have to remember the ratio for that later. We're going to try this. That might be too green. Well, let's just see what it looks like. Let's just see first. Cover it. We're going to dry it. And get some tape real quick. Okay. I don't like that bright green. Let me try a different. I don't like that green. I didn't even put it on. I'm not even digging it. Alright, let's try a different one. Should I go bright or dark or like blue? A blue-green? Should I try a bright color? I'm going to throw it out there to you guys. Hang on. Alright, I got 3 we're going to try. You like that color? Oh, dang it. Use the trim color. That might be a good idea. Let's see what that looks like. Jason, I'm just going crazy with ideas. Sorry. Oh, you know what? We might be on to something. Hey, that's a neat idea. So the bottoms of my walls will be... I like that. We're going with that. I was trying to think too many crazy colors. Sometimes that's not good. You can get yourself in trouble with too much color, I think. All right, we're going to stick with that. So our custom mixed chestnut color and the vanilla ice cream. Gonna make everyone hungry. Chestnuts and ice cream. Alright. Gonna get it started. Get some paint in here. I'm gonna need more of this. So before I put it on the walls, I'm just gonna make a bunch more. Probably more than I need, but we'll use it up. The sponge will soak up a bunch of it. Okay. Mix it up real quick. I just don't want to mix a second batch. I don't want to run out and then have to mix a second batch and then have it not be the right color. So I'm just going to make more than I probably need. And that way it's all a uniform color. A little bit darker. Yeah, I know. Alright. Perfect. Alright. There we go. I need to puck on that piece. Alright, while those are drying, we're going to get started painting these walls while those other ones dry. So that's the top. It doesn't really matter right now because we're just using one color. And let's get started. Again, I'm not staining the underside. I know I often do stain the undersides, but I don't want the paint peeling effect as much. I want this to just be kind of a solid color. But I will do the paint peeling effect on the bottom color, the vanilla ice cream, whenever I put that on the bottom of the kit or the bottom of the build. It said not to worry too much about this seam because it's going to be covered because there's two side structures we're going to add to this. So I trust it. Okay. Let that dry. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Ha! I knew I was going to do something like that. Son of a bitch. Alright, no big deal. Son of a gun. I knew that was going to happen. Shit. Alright. Alright. We saved it. We saved it, guys. Son of a gun. I didn't match my A's. And of course I did that. So now we gotta flip this around because Brett is a big dummy. Alright, no big deal. We'll fix it. Stupid ass. I don't need no band-aids. I was cutting away from myself. We're good. That's my dad. My dad would need the band-aids. A, and A. See? Brett needs to learn to read. Read the instructions. Or check the damn thing before you do it, you big dummy. Alright. Yeah, I'm keeping it a little more tame just because I'm live, Scott. If I wasn't on this, I would be a little bit more livid. But we averted that crisis. I'm just going to let it sit and dry for a little bit. Oh well. Things happen. We can overcome that kind of problem, that kind of error. Meanwhile, I'll just paint the other walls while it dries. All right, back at it. Small delay. 5-minute setback. No worries. We fixed it. I know I'm not the only one that does that kind of stuff. I'll blame it on the fact that I've never had to join wall sections for a small kit like that. We'll just go with that. I think my dad bounced out. He's not watching anymore. He got bored. It's an interesting color. I know for sure I don't have any buildings on the layout that are just like chocolatey chestnut color. So, definitely unique color. But it's a little bit of an orangey brown. But I think when I add that cream colored bottom, like I did on that test piece, it'll even out those colors pretty good. It'll I think it'll change the tone of these walls, because right now they're pretty. Looks like chocolate, like milk chocolate. All right, hey, Frank Varga's in. What's up, Frank? Alrighty. I had a snake earlier too. Checking out I had my door propped up. I gotta stop propping my door open. All this wildlife keeps happening around my wildlife is happening. All this wildlife keeps coming around my basement door when it's open. Checking out what's going on in here. I had that happen during the podcast this week. And then I had it happen again today when I was working down here. I had a black snake just popping his head around the corner. checking out my basement. Well, it's dry enough. Just gonna do it anyways. Uh-oh. I'm running low on paint. Mix just a tiny bit. This is Captain Jack's Boat and Bait House by Bar Mills, Jim. I need to mix some paint real quick. That's good. Yeah, we had a snake in the basement last summer. A big 6-foot black snake. So it had to be dispatched. I don't mind snakes. I'll let snakes live outside the house, in the yard. But as soon as they enter my house, they're done. They're goners. So we took the pellet gun downstairs in the basement and popped them. Took them out. Okay. Alright, got that done. The walls are all painted. I'm gonna touch up a couple spots. Get my sponge real quick. A few of these wall pieces just need a little touch up. I can see a little bit of paint. Thin spots. Okay, that's good. All right. Got that done. Oh, I see how that works. Okay. I'll have to let that dry for that. We're going to hit these with the hairdryer. All right. Now comes the fun part. I got to get all these walls matched up correctly. Those go there. 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 Where is that other? Oh, right here. All right. So here comes the fun part. I got to make sure all of the pieces that I tape off. I think I'm going to do the line for this paint. this bottom paint line. I think I'm going to do it to the top of this not garage door, this overhead boat door. So that'll be the line. The top of the door will be where the white cream colored paint goes. So now I got to match the rest of the walls to that height. Not a big deal, but that'll be my reference point. All right, double check this side. Good to go. Okay, I'm gonna use this one as my master now because this one has little fragile legs there. Actually, better idea. Okay, this is riveting stuff. Sorry. Watching paint dry is probably more interesting, as Lynn said on his comment there. You can see the paint drying. Oh, I know that's not lined up. There we go. Hey, Frank. 2 Franks are in the house tonight. Right now I'm just making sure all of my painter's tape is lined up because I don't want to... I'm making sure they're lined up because I don't want an issue where one wall has a line of paint that doesn't match, you know? It would not look very good. All right. I want it to be all lined up nicely, so when I assemble it, there's not one wall that has a funky, odd line on it. My dad did that once, on one of his kits, and we didn't even see it till one of our friends who's not a model railroader came over and looked at it, and he was like, "Look at that line. It doesn't match right." So we had to take it apart and redo it because it bothered him. All right, last piece of tape. Last piece of tape. All right, all done. Get my paper back out. And my sponge. This one I don't mind if there's some brown paint showing through. I don't mind if it looks a little rougher. Kind of like a little bit of a peeled paint look. It doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be perfect. Perfectly covered. Just has to be decent enough. I mean, I don't want it to be horrendous looking, but it's okay if there's some spots that looks like the paint, that like the cream colored paint is peeling a bit. And I peel the paint off. I peel the tape off before it dries because I don't know. That's what I do. That's not a very straight line. That's okay. I'll fix that. I don't like that line on that. So I'm going to get a little bit of water. And a little bit of my brown paint real quick. Okay, that's better. I don't want to fuss with it too much. That's good enough. Yep. Sorry, Lynn. I'll get around it. Ain't no thing. Doesn't have to be. I don't want it to be 100% uniform. That's not the look I'm going for. Not a big deal. Life goes on. I could put a sign on it anyways. It's in the back of the building. So like Scott said, hi Wab. We'll hide it with a bush. Hide it with something. We will overcome the unstraightened line. No worries. But I'm not going to fuss with it right now because it's going to end up making it worse until it's dry. We can always come back and fix that later. It's tougher on this board and batten siding too because you have vertical ridges, not like on clapboard siding. You can put your tape down and you can adhere it to one of the ridges on the siding. This has vertical ridges for the paint to get up underneath if you're not careful. But I don't hate the rougher edge of paint too. It's not. I'm not disliking it. Son of a gun. Running out of room over here. All right. That is a cool color scheme, though. I am happy with those two colors. What are you guys working on tonight? Are you sitting here watching me work while you work? Let me hear what you guys are working on. Are you laying on the couch, eating some Cheetos, drinking a Mountain Dew, watching me? What are you guys working on tonight? Or what'd you guys do this weekend? I'm the only one talking here. Well, I guess I am on a live video, but let's hear what you guys did. Yeah, I like that, the peeled paint look on the white part, though. I'm going to touch up a couple of these little spots. But I'm not doing that until it is dry, because I'll end up making it look worse if I do it now. Yes, Frank. Frank said family always first. I spent the day with the family. And then once we got the kids settled down and in bed and stuff, I came downstairs to work. But I spent the day with them, chilling in the yard. We set up a slip and slide for the girls to play on. Had a nice fun day outside in the sweltering, hot-ass Pennsylvania humidity. Then I came downstairs to work. I'm going to touch up the edge on a couple walls real quick. I think I only have 2 that need it like more desperately. Alright, I'm not going to do much more. I'm going to leave it like that. Okay. Clean my sponge out. Alright, that is done. Next up, we'll do the trim, I think. Corner trim. For next up, we're going to get some coffee in me. Take a drink of coffee. Alright, coffee down. Time to paint. Actually, before we get too far, let's paint my windows real quick. That way those things are ready to go when the time comes. Let me find my white spray paint, though. Alright, I have those windows, and I have some of these windows here that need painted. Can you hear the music? I don't want you guys to be able to hear the music. The music is Bad Company right now. Bad Company, Feel Like Making Love. Just on my radio. Okay. I don't want to paint all of these because I don't think I need all those yet. But I want these windows to match my Tichy windows. Alright, let me pop these windows with some spray paint real quick. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. There we go. Always proper ventilation. Always proper ventilation, everyone. I got a door open. Whoa, Jeff. All caps there. Awesome. That's really awesome. Alright, let that dry. Let my windows dry. What can I do while I do my windows? Oh yeah, the corner trim. So while the windows are drying, and then I hit them with my vanilla ice cream paint, I will put my corner trim on. Hey, Benny. No need to apologize. If you guys tune in late, remember you can always watch the replay later. After my video is done, I always save the replay of the live so you can watch it at your own pace later. camera's crooked. There we go. All right, let's do this corner trim, everyone. Need a little bit more glue. I'm gonna flip it over this way, so that way I'm putting my corner trim on flat. And then we will trim it after it's on. Take a little bit of that extra glue off. Corner trim is on. Whoops. Throwing it. I'm throwing it. All right. Can't find my video with the KC aging paste. I never did a specific video on just the aging paste, Hardy. I did it on a Facebook. I know I did it on a Facebook Live one time. But I can always do one later after this is over. I don't know if I'll use it on this building. That's a very... That paste is a very special paste to use because it ages it hard. Like, in my opinion, it ages it really hard. So, I try to be conservative with how often I use it because it does create a pretty heavy weathered effect. But I can always do one for you. It's pretty easy to put on. I just brush it on. Real simple. Brush it on real quick, and then one wall at a time. And then I take a towel, a paper towel, and I just rub the wall. Rub it off the wall. So I put it on, rub it off. Real quick. And I gotta move quick. I do it all within like a minute. Brush it on real quick, wipe it off real quick. Okay. Alright. I am going to have to take a break real quick once I get this corner trim on. We'll do like a quick intermission so I can use the John. I drank too much coffee. Hopefully it's not too TMI for you guys. Down here's chugging coffee, and gonna have to take a break then. All right. Yes. Yes. Jason is very right on that. Let the paint dry before you put the aging paste on. Otherwise, you're going to have an aging paste disaster. I can show you here. I'll show you guys on this test piece in a little bit. Might as well. I'm not going to use the test piece for anything else, probably. So, I can show you on the test piece. I think... Let's see if that's just enough. One there. Put one on this side. I think summer... Didn't summer start this weekend? I think Saturday was the first day of summer. I don't know what made me think of that. Sorry, guys. I have just enough of this corner trim. Whoa! Did we come up with a name for this building yet? I don't want to call it Captain Jack's. Okay. Make sure these are all squared up good. Okay. While those dry, let's do some of this aging paste real quick for you. Show Hardy how it works. Let me find it. Here it is. Pops. You know what? That's the second. I think it's the second time I saw crabs come up. So we're gonna do Crab Shack. Pops Crabs. Pops Crabs. We're gonna call it Pops Crabs. All right. Let me get a paper towel. This won't do it complete justice, Hardy. Because it does look better on a structure when it's done. But it's going to be Pops Crabs. But here, so this is how I do the aging paste. Just take a little bit on my brush. And I cover the wall with it. It doesn't dry super fast. So just cover the wall like that. And then I take a paper towel. And just wipe the excess off. Do that over the whole structure. And that's the effect you get. So you can see the original color versus what, come on, focus. You can see the difference there. Definitely, it didn't do much with the brown, but you can see it gave a nice aged look to the cream color paint we used. Once the focus out, there we go. So it's good. I like using it. It's just limited how much I use it. Actually, I like how that looks on here, but I don't know if I want to do that on this or not. Pops Crabs. That's the name of this one. All right. So that's what we're calling this build. Alrighty. How am I going to do Pops Crabs? Let me think about this. I want to look where the signs are. I'm going to have to make a custom roof sign. And I'll replicate that sign. I think that's the only signs on it. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll do that. Oh, shoot. That'll have to be another night. I will do that another day. The roof sign. In fact, I'll do both these signs a different night. I will not be getting signs done on this one tonight. I gotta Photoshop them, and it's not something I can do on here. I can show you guys, though. I can do a video on it. I think Jim was looking for a video like that for me for a while. Jim Lassiter, if he's still watching. So I will do a video on how I make custom signs. All right, I'm just gonna cut my corner trim real quick to size. Okay. All right. Done with that. Why should you call 911? I'm just stabbing my kit, Lynn. All right. Those are done. Install from the backside of wall number 4. What the hell is that? Number 4, face down, locate and remove the interior support component. Oh, here it is. Oh, I see. See, this is why you need a bracing diagram. It tells you to add bracing to the kit, right? And then it tells you to add this, right? Later in the instructions. So if you're following the instructions, after it tells you to add bracing, it tells you to put this in. I know you could read ahead, but who the hell does that? So now I gotta modify my this piece here. Just a pet peeve. All right, Lynn, here you go. Just because you love this so much. Gotta get it from this side. Alright. No one was harmed in that. See, yeah, that's just frustrating. Tell me about that before I do that. Whatever. I'm done complaining. Alright, this needs painted though. So while that's going on, I need to get my paint paper. Get a little bit more of my ice cream paint. My sponge. This is the interior support for the garage door. So you'll see this part, and then you'll see the inside there. So I might have to do a coat or two. Just to cover this. Alright, I'm going to dry that quick. Alright, I am going to take a break for 1 second after I paint this piece, but I'm not going to shut the live off. I'm just going to run upstairs real quick. Let me get this painted. Okay. Pretty good. Let's get this glued down, and I'm going to take a fast break. Oh my. Alrighty. Mounted on the inside of the doorway, edge lines facing out, will provide a recess for the actual freight doors once they are installed. This is close-up freight door opening slightly, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So I'm just going to put my glue, I mean. Just around the inside edge. Okay. Line it up. And get my weights. Alright. Put a bunch of weight on it. And I'll be back in like... Hang on. Let's do this. Alright. I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute. Alright. We're back. We are back. It was quick. Bathroom's right at the top of the stairs, fortunately. Alright. Time to get back to work. Intermission music. I should have played some fun intermission music. That'd have been hilarious. Alrighty, let's move that up there. And find our windows. Paint our windows now. Get our windows over with. Pick these up off the spray paint. Off my spray paint box. This intermission is brought to you by U.S. Hockey Pucks Inc. That's funny. Okay. Get back to work here. Where is my... There it is. What time is it? 9:52. Okay. We got time yet. We're going to paint these windows. The only way to paint windows now for me is also a sponge. So what I'm going to do, get another piece of tape ready. And I'm going to cut these windows out from the sprue. Cut these windows out from the sprue. I try to cut them as close as I can to the edge of the windowsill, because I don't want that little like tab. I don't want that tab showing up. I got a little paint on them. Not a big deal. We're going to cover them anyways. Okay. A couple more to cut out. And last set here. You know what? I'm going to leave those ones. They're so small. I don't want them flying anywhere and losing them when I paint them. So I'm just going to leave those on the sprue, and I'll deal with them. I'll deal with them later. So what I do is put a little piece of painter's tape down. Move these out of the way. Put a little piece of painter's tape down. I might need another one. Okay. Stick my windows to the painter's tape. Find my sponge. Alright, this is how I paint my windows now. I don't hand paint them with a brush because that, I think they look too streaky. Just get a little bit more vanilla paint. And I sponge paint my windows now. It'll probably take 2 coats. Yeah, it'll take 2 coats. But I think it's way faster than hand painting them with a brush. That's just a pain in the ass to do it that way. So, I do it this way now. These are cool laser cut windows, by the way. What are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Watch Brett count. 1, 2, 3. 6-sided windows. What would that be? Alright, let's hit this with the hairdryer real quick. We still got like 18 people watching. That's cool. And I use the hairdryer on these windows farther away because I've accidentally warped some titchy doors and titchy windows by keeping the heat too close to them. So I pull the hairdryer back a little bit farther. Okay. Yeah, previously I've accidentally warped some titchy doors by holding the hairdryer too close, and then it like, you know, warps them all out of shape, and that's never good because it's usually the unique door that you don't have a duplicate of that you warp. Okay, all done with that. Clean out my sponge. I'm gonna hair dry these one more time. Peel them off. They're good to go. Now we're going to put our windows in the building. Into the walls, I mean. Alright. Let's do these ones first because I hate tiny, tiny, tiny windows. Okay. Night, Ron. Thank you for joining us, Ron. Rather than putting the glue on the window, I'm just going to run around the inside frame like that, and then just pop it in that way. It's hard to see that frame because it's the same color, but that's okay. Okay. Get the other ones. I think that's a door. That just has the I'm gonna leave those. These are like pop-out windows. I'm gonna do those later, after the wall is almost ready to assemble, or the structure, I mean. Okay. Making sure I put them in the right direction. Nothing is more frustrating than realizing you have one window. You put all your windows in and you have one window upside down. That is like, oh, that's so aggravating. And you usually don't notice it until you have the building together. And then you see that one window is in upside down. It's not a big deal to fix it. It's just like, you know, it's an aggravating moment. I like that color scheme now. Very vibrant. It pops. So these windows have like a adhesive backing on that board, whatever that material is, but I don't trust it always. So I'm going to go through and just put a little bit of wood glue on the back side of it. And actually I'm going to cut the battens out around this window so that way the frame sits flush with the wall. So I'm just picking these battens off real quick. I scored them. Now I'm just picking them off with my X-Acto. I'm going to go back through then if there's anything showing and just touch it up with a little bit of paint. But this allows my window frame to sit flush. Here we go. Going down. Do the other one real quick. It's something that you don't hear about in your instructions very often, about cutting these battens so certain windows fit better, or that way they look better when they're on. But when you do it, it reduces that gap that you sometimes get on the windows. In fact, I'm going to use my flat. Actually, I have a better blade for that. Yeah, we'll use this one. And I'm picking a little bit of paint off. I know. But I can touch that up. There we go. All right. Let that one dry. All right, next one. With my completed ones over here. These ones will go quicker. Alrighty. My music shut off. I just realized that. Alright guys. A couple more windows and then we're going to move on to the next part. Jason, I probably will put this one on a pier. I'll build a little pier with this. I don't know where because we're running out of room for that, but we'll put it on one. It's a cool building, and it would make it look, I think, bigger if I elevate it on a pier. I'll change the elevation of it. Those buildings, when you put them, even a small building, when you put it on a pier, makes it look so much bigger. So if you have a small building that's like dockside or like on your marina or you're doing something like that, when you put it on a, you build a little scratch-built pier, it makes it look much bigger. All right, those are good to go. Let's put these stupid pop-out windows in. I hate these things. These are the worst windows that they make from Tichy. Are these pop-out ones. But we're just going to put them in flat. I'm not dealing with that. Okay. Get my acetate sheet. Alrighty, guys. I also can't stand pre-cut acetate. Pre-cut acetate for windows, I think, is a pain also. In fact, do I have a sheet of it somewhere that I can just... I bet I have a sheet stuck somewhere. Hang on. I do. Okay, we're gonna scrap this pre-cut crap because I can't stand it. And we're just gonna work with some acetate sheets because it's way easier. No, don't need them. I got a piece right here too. Okay. Let's put our acetate in. Get a little bit more glue. Okay. Key is to just make sure you don't get any of the glue on the front part of the glass or your acetate, because then it'll show through on the front side of the build. Okay, done with that wall. Hey there. What is up, Silverado? Haven't seen anyone on a live in a while. I haven't done a live in a long time. Did I do both of them? No, I didn't. Alright, that one's done. Alright. That's way too much glue. That is way... That's going to seep out. We'll spread that around. Or else we're going to have a disaster. Alright, there we go. I'm getting sloppy here with the glue. Okay. I need to cut just a couple more pieces. Oh, I gotta do my other windows then too. My one's on my peak there. Okay, that's done. I gotta do these ones and then these guys yet. I gotta put the insides on those windows too. Might as well do that now. So with these, I'm just going to dip them real quick, the edge of them, in a little bit of glue. And just set them into the back side here. What up with the other one? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lost the window. Problem. Alright, now we got a problem. No, I cut for each window because I can be a little more efficient with it when save a little bit of acetate. But now I lost a window. Gotta go searching. Shoot. It's probably right in front of me. I'm building the Captain Jack's bait and tackle. Bait and boathouse. And I'm currently losing my mind looking for a window. Oh, you dummy. I had it in my hand. I'm so dumb. It was stuck in my hand. Ah. The back side of this like is sticky and it was stuck to the inside of my finger. Okay. That's a good one there. I don't think I've done that one yet. That's a first. I wish they were all that easy to find. Okay, that one's done. And we gotta do these two last little windows here, and then we're done with the acetate. What time is it? 10:30 or 10:20. Dang. Been on for like 2.5 hours. Alright. Okay. Probably gonna call it a wrap tonight, guys, once I get these windows in. And then we'll do this live again, maybe tomorrow night. I'll make some custom signage because I want to put the signs on the walls before I assemble. So I'll make some custom signage tonight, and maybe tomorrow night, maybe Tuesday night. I'll let you guys know when I'll be live again. But we're gonna call it a wrap for the night. I'm gonna let these dry. Tomorrow night I'll do signage. I'll have the signs ready to go, and I'll have the signage ready to go. We'll do the window dressings and stuff. I'll show you my quick and dirty way of just doing some curtains without paper or anything. It's really fast, really easy to do. And then so we'll do signs, we'll do windows, and we'll start assembling this building. So it'll be a 2-night affair, not a 1-night affair like I initially planned, but you know, still, we got a lot done tonight. Flip this over. I like the color scheme that we chose. You guys helped me pick it. So, all right. That's what we got tonight. Tomorrow night or Tuesday night, I'll let you guys know whenever it is. Clean up a little bit here tonight and then call it a wrap. And then we will resume this one in the next night or two and finish it up. So, I know I didn't talk very much tonight. I was busy trying to get as much of this done as I could. But we will do this again on a second night. So, sorry, taking a drink of water. So, we will wrap this one up, call it a night. Thank you for joining us. Look out for the next live. I will announce it ahead of time so you're not surprised. And we'll wrap this kit up in another evening. So, all right, guys, have a good one. Hope you all had a good weekend, and see you later.